Groundhog Day. Yeah, this could have been a Happy Death Day review, but I kind of felt like we should review that one since it started this whole caught in a time loop concept. I don't know if it was the first one to use this idea, but it's the first one to sort of popularize it and then bring it into sort of movie culture and then into popular culture. So Groundhog Day stars Bill Murray as this news reporter, and he's a jerk. To be honest, he's not a nice dude. He kind of just cares about himself. What he wants to do is the only thing. He just doesn't care about he doesn't care about anything. He only cares about himself, sort of deal. And that's really, he's like the guy that's like, hey bro, man, nice haircut. I'm gonna freaking cut your head off. Hey bro, I bought you some cookies from the store. I will literally poison them and feed them to your children. Hey man, my son knitted this hat for you. There's no one I hate more than your son right now. Hello there, sir. Would you like to donate to the orphanage? I would not. Point is, this guy doesn't care about anybody. He only cares about himself, and he's sent to this town report on Groundhog Day. It's a Groundhog Day celebration. He's all surly. His crew and his cameraman is an assistant, and he's like a jerk to everybody. He's just like, oh, I hate everybody. I would murder you if I could. It's illegal. Still might, though. No one likes him. His cameraman is too timid to really speak up against it. He's fed up. This new assistant is just like, yeah, this guy's not the type of person I would hang out with. Bill Murray sells it in this movie. He's really, really good. In all of his movies, he's really good. I haven't really seen a movie that he's been bad in. There's obviously those movies, but in this movie, he sells it. The man who is just doesn't care about anybody. He's very selfish, self-centered, and it's a really well portrayed character by Bill Murray. So he goes back to his hotel room, back to this hotel room he doesn't like anybody there, he hates all the people, to him it's just a bummer. And he wakes up and it's the same day, and this starts the dynamic of stuck in a time loop. That's where the movie really kicks off. He's stuck in this time loop. He's like, wait, what's going on? I've lived through this day. I know that person, seen that person do the same thing at least 5 times now. Pretty weird. And what I like best about this movie is that he can't get out of this time loop until he learns to care about people, until he becomes a good person. That's actually really interesting because that's actually a parallel of real life, because unless you change as a person, you're stuck in the same place every time. Fundamentally, if you don't become a more skilled person, you'll never step up in your job. You'll never be able to go to the next tier of your job. You're always gonna be making minimum wage. Same with your personality. If you have a crappy personality and you won't go anywhere, you'll be stuck in a time loop that's the same thing over and over and over again. It's a sucky situation that will never end until you learn to become a better person, whether skillfully or fundamentally, philosophically, personality-wise, whatever. That's what this movie is ultimately about. That's at least what I take from it. This movie does it so well. It's not like he can fake it out. It's not like he can just figure out a way to get out of this. He literally has to become a good person on his own. And the good thing is he doesn't get out of it until he becomes one, without even knowing it. He doesn't just like say, I'm gonna be a good person, and he knows that he's a good person. He becomes a good person without even knowing it, and he gets out of that loop, and he is changed for the better. Not only does this movie have intellectual and philosophical depth, it's a funny movie. Bill Murray brings his comedy to it, as well as his good acting. This movie ultimately is about change. Unless you change to become a better person, in any way, you'll be stuck in a loop that you'll never be able to get out of until you change. And that's what any good movie does. It makes you think about it, and then inspires you to action, basically. I laughed really hard at this movie, but also was intellectually and philosophically intrigued by the message of the story. So in the end, this movie is really, really, really good. Bill Murray brought it. Who's the supporting actor? Andie MacDowell, that's who she is. And the cameraman is played by Chris Elliott. Oh, and he's a weatherman. He's not a reporter. He reports the weather, so technically he is a reporter. It's a multi-layered movie that is extremely complicated, yet simple at the same time. It doesn't try and be overly complicated, but I think that this movie has to be rated legendary because it is a very well-made movie. I guess I should have put a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! So what did you guys think of Groundhog Day? Did you think it was a good movie, or did you think it was a bad movie? And why exactly did you think it was good or bad? Whatever you thought, put it in the comments below, and we'll see you guys around the block on the next one. Bye!